Welcome into another episode of Bad Corner Advice. I know I've been gone for like 2 weeks, but life has been crazy. We have been planning a Battle of the Bands where the winner gets to open for Kenny Wayne Shepherd at an arena here in Baton Rouge at the Raising Cane's River Center. And that has taken up a lot of my bandwidth and time, but we're back and we're better, and we are going to talk about a lot of things. We can start off with Ryan Garcia and wrap that saga up. He has been suspended for a year for testing positive for performance enhancing drugs. We talked about this a lot. Ignore that. That was my light. Let me try to fix it. Everything, like, I'm so annoyed. My mic died. I tried a new setup and nothing's... Let me just fix these lights. Pause. Alright. I don't even remember where I was. Oh yeah, so we've talked about it a lot. He tested positive for Ostarine, and you know, it is what it is. It happened. He's going to forfeit his purse as well, worth reportedly $1.2 million, and a $10,000 fine from the New York Athletic Commission. Also, Haney is now 31-0 again after it was overturned to a no contest. Haney said, "I want to thank the commission and the fans who stood by me during this whole process. The facts are the facts, and I wasn't on an even playing field. Happy I was able to receive justice for what happened. It's all part of my story, and it's only going to make me better. I look to enjoy this time with my family and friends to see what's next. I'm a clean athlete, and boxing is a brutal sport where one fight can literally change your life. I think it's important for fighters to be clean, and I want to become an advocate for clean athletes from my experience in this situation." And that's just, dude, really? You want to become an advocate? Like, all right, bro, like, we get it. Don't cheat. Not a lot of people are doing it. Ryan, or at least not a lot of people are getting caught doing it. Ryan got caught. Relax. It's not like, okay, it got overturned to a no contest. You have your undefeated record back. Let's chill with like the advocacy stuff. So yes, Ryan maintains that he is innocent and that he didn't take performing enhancing drugs, saying on Twitter, "I'm innocent. I stand by that. I don't care what everyone says. Gun to my head, I say I didn't take PEDs." So that is just, dude is still tweaking on Twitter. Really funny. But yeah, let's end that chapter. We can stop talking about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney on Bad Corner Advice because it has been a saga. Now let's get to Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler canceled. Man, that really sucks. A lot of people were looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it, but I also kind of like had a feeling that this wasn't really going to happen. And Michael Chandler has been waiting almost 2 years to fight Conor McGregor, and honestly probably longer than that. And it just sucks for him. I feel like McGregor is like the ultimate troll right now. He's allegedly injured. I don't know from what. I don't know if that ever came out. I think I was trying to look earlier and I didn't see anything. So we don't know what kind of injury he has, but he's supposed to be good to go in a couple months. Who knows? I just feel like this is a really, really sick joke that they're playing on Michael Chandler. Somebody check on him. Put him on suicide watch. I think it's super corny how he's like, "I'll wait. I'll keep waiting." And then he says that he's going to go to UFC 303 because that was his card and whatever. I can understand being motivating, and you know, those personalities on like Instagram and stuff like that, like the life coach type people. That's what Michael Chandler tries to be, and waiting, whatever. I don't think it's admirable. I don't think it's honorable. I think it's been a waste of your time, and I understand like wanting the payday from Conor McGregor, but you missed out on a lot of other paydays, and it's just stupid to me. Like, you're 38. How much longer are you really going to do this? And is Conor even really going to come back like at all? I'm like doubting it. And if neither of them come back and fight in the UFC, both of their losses, or both of their last fights were losses to Dustin Poirier. So that's that on that. I feel like probably now in retrospect, I was wanting Conor McGregor to lock in and get it done, but Chandler was obviously taking all of this a lot more serious than Conor McGregor was, which, I mean, I guess he never really took a lot of stuff serious, but I don't know, maybe Chandler was going to win that fight. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson got canceled due to health issues from Iron Mike, which is so shocking that a 60-year-old man is having health issues. But I mean, like what I keep telling people, he's 60, okay? I understand he's Mike Tyson, but he is 60. There's a really good chance that come November 15th, if this fight still goes on between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, that Mike Tyson loses that fight. But July 20th, Jake Paul and Mike Perry are going to be fighting. Mike Perry's going to step in for Mike Tyson. Mike Perry was in the UFC. He was 14-8 in the UFC. He is a bare knuckle fighter now, and he's 5-0. I mean, I feel like you've got to have a little bit of that dog in you to be a bare knuckle fighter. So Jake Paul does not have that dog in him. He hasn't really fought any actual boxers. Not that Mike Perry is, but bare knuckle fighting. I mean, I don't know. The only real boxer he fought was Tommy Fury, and that's a stretch. But hopefully Mike Perry whoops his ass. I'm so sick of Jake Paul. I didn't even really want to talk about that, but I felt like I should have. And coming up this weekend, UFC Saudi Arabia, Robert Whittaker. Why does the UFC hate Robert Whittaker? I don't understand. So not only did they do him dirty and give him a fight night fight against Shamav in Saudi Arabia, which I guess cool, Saudi Arabia, and Shamav's not a bad matchup, but you just gave Paulo Costa, who Robert Whittaker beat, a boring ass fight at UFC 302, the Poirier Makhachev card. They were the co-main event, and it was so boring. Paulo Costa was running from Sean Strickland the whole time, and you gave that to Paulo Costa, who Robert Whittaker beat. Then you put Whittaker against Shamav, and then now Shamav pulled out and due to health issues. And this Aliskerov cat has to step in for him. So I don't really know much about this guy. I think they are doing Robert Whittaker so dirty. And the UFC isn't the only ones that hate Robert Whittaker. DraftKings does too. They have him plus 100 against Aliskerov. I mean, he's coming in at 1 week notice, this guy. And again, I don't know a lot about him. I do know that he has two UFC fights under his belt. So I don't really understand why we're doing Robert Whittaker dirty. Like, I really don't. You put him, you give Paulo Costa the fight that he should have had, right? And then his opponent pulls out, and you give him this guy last minute that has 2 UFC fights under his belt. I mean, really? Why? Because he lost to the 2 guys that are fighting for the title at UFC 305, Izzy and DDP. He lost to them recently, but I mean, like I said, they're fighting for the title. He should have fought Sean Strickland, and now Sean Strickland should be fighting DDP for a rematch, and they give it to Izzy. Izzy hasn't really done anything to earn it. I mean, Izzy hasn't fought since he lost the title to Sean Strickland. So why is he getting a shot to get the title back? I don't know what's going on in the UFC right now. So Whittaker is plus 100 against this guy that I don't really even know, and maybe I should know more about him, but I really don't. And I'm not going to act like I do. So I am going to go ahead and bet on Whittaker because I kind of feel like that's free money, but again, this is bad corner advice. Most of my bets hit. I would say at least 80% of them do. And I have been on a heater minus the Dustin Poirier Makhachev snafu. I did give you some bad corner advice and tell you to bet on Dustin Poirier. I think that's because I'm in Louisiana and I was feeling it for my man, but it's fine. Yes, I will give you Whittaker plus 100 versus Aliskerov. That is very disrespectful of DraftKings to make him the underdog in this fight. And it's very disrespectful of the UFC to give him this fight in the first place. Yeah, and there's a lot going on in the fighting world right now that we will continue to cover right here on Bad Corner Advice.